spiritual fitness has four parts. First of all, connection to a divine being. Secondly, connection to a spiritual community. Thirdly, a sense of sacrifice. And fourth, a life of purpose, meaning, and value. How does this spiritual fitness connect to suicide prevention? Well, if you believe you're connected to a higher power or to a divine being, maybe you believe you're part of something bigger than yourself. Therefore, you feel less lonely. Therefore, you're more fortified against loneliness, which is a huge risk factor for suicide. Or you might believe that this higher power, perhaps this God, has made you and all creatures, that he has given you your body, your soul, your eyes, your ears, and all your members, your reason and all your senses, and still takes care of them. If you believe that, then you might have more of a sense of self-worth and therefore be less susceptible to distorted thinking, the kind of distorted thinking that leads to thoughts of self-harm or suicide. You can experience spiritual realities all by yourself, but it's better to be part of a spiritual community. A community of believers who share your values and your worldview. Well, people who are isolated have a greater risk of being suicidal. So, just makes sense. Be part of a spiritual community, reduce your isolation, and therefore reduce your risk of suicide, all at the same time. A third part of spiritual fitness was having a sense of sacrifice, and you might be wondering, how does a sense of sacrifice decrease a risk for suicide? The fact is, statistically, you are going to take just slightly over 500 million breaths in your life. The death rate is 100% on this planet. And if you can look back on your life about halfway through those 500 million breaths, or towards the end of those 500 million breaths, and you can remember clearly a life of sacrifice dedicated for other people, then you will have a greater sense of self-worth, a greater sense of value in your life. And therefore you will be less prone to thoughts of worthlessness or no value. Those are both huge risks for suicide, and you could decrease them again with this life of sacrifice.